Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So we have some brand new information regarding the Deathwatch and a preview of their rules. So let's jump in, let's go through it all and let's see what it has to offer. So it opens up saying, across the run of the Psychic Awakening books, almost every Warhammer 40,000 faction has had its time in the spotlight as a narrative of the galaxy is in turmoil has encompassed them. As well as the story, each faction has received rules updates to give them more options on the battlefield. Really, what the Psychic Awakening has kind of been is a mini codex for every faction so far. A mini codex, not a full codex, a little mini codex to spring them up when it comes to the tabletop battles. Now, it says here, two factions, the Deathwatch and the Harlequins, aren't in the books, but remain forces to be reckoned with. As such, they're getting new rules like everyone else, but in their cases across 2 issues of White Dwarf. First up are the Xenos Hunting Space Marines of the Deathwatch, coming your way in White Dwarf 453. Let's take a look at what's coming. Now, before we jump in and we take a look, I just want to give a little bit of feedback on this. I absolutely hate the thought of having these books spread over White Dwarf magazines. We had this before with the Crimson Fist stuff way back. Luckily enough, the Crimson Fist stuff got put into a codex further down the line because it was, of course, the Imperial Fist codex that came out. So that was saved for me. But looking at this now, the only way that they can really save this is there's a Deathwatch codex in the works, which I don't think there is going to be for some time. Same with the Harlequins as well. I just hate there's so much bloat out there when it comes to books, magazines. I have to now go out and buy a White Dwarf magazine just in case I want to start a Deathwatch force. It's just something that I didn't expect from GW, especially in the Psychic Awakening when everyone has been in a Psychic Awakening book. I don't understand why they've chose now to do this with the Harlequins and the Deathwatch. It makes no sense to me. But saying that, there actually may be a silver lining to this for Deathwatch players and for Harlequin players, because since Nurgle's Plague has been going on, we've seen the production stop on the GW lines. That means no more models are being done, no more books are being put out for the Psychic Awakening, but the White Dwarf magazines are still being produced. So theoretically, you chaps should be getting your rules before anyone else in the Psychic Awakening that's already been announced. So all the AdMech stuff, which was supposed to come out this month, the Fabius Bile stuff, which is supposed to come out next month, let's say. Yeah, you chaps should be getting that before all of these. So that's kind of an upside, maybe. But it's just still one of them things where I see this as a White Dwarf magazine, and I just think, why, GW? Why have you done this? Anyway, let's push on with the article. It says, the Imperium's elite. This update brings Deathwatch in line with the rest of the Adeptus Astartes brothers. They gain Angels of Death rules, a suite of abilities, including Shock Assault, Bolt of Discipline, and Combat Doctrines. Wow, yay, finally, the Deathwatch get Combat Doctrine, Shock Assault, everything like that. Before we actually got our main codexes, I would have argued that the Deathwatch were probably the most powerful faction when it comes to Space Marines, because of all the different kind of bolt ammunition you can take and everything like that. It says gaming combat doctrines is a big win for Deathwatch, especially with the additional AP with each of their doctrines give to various weapons. Yes, that's what I mean. You know, you have different ammunition and stuff like that, and now with the doctrines it could be really massive. Coupled with special ammunition, as I just mentioned, this tactical flexibility makes Deathwatch fearsome opponents indeed. This is only enhanced by their new stratagems, which are some of the ones gained by other chapters, putting Deathwatch on par with the rest of their brethren. And these are the stratagems. So stratagems of the Long Watch. Each of these new options enhances a particular Deathwatch unit in various ways, reflecting their veteran status and elite abilities. Duty Eternal. Let's actually read these before we actually read that stuff. So this is Duty Eternal. So this is one command point. It says, use this stratagem when a Deathwatch Dreadnought model from your army is chosen as a target for an attack. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made against this model, half the damage inflicted, rounding up. That's very, very good, because if there's a lot of firepower going onto your Dreadnought, and for one command point, you can basically half that incoming fire, and your Dreadnought is still keen to purge, and, you know, only in death do I still purge, that kind of thing. It can go forward and crush. And then the next one command point, Veteran Fury. Use this stratagem in any phase. Select one Deathwatch Terminator unit from your army until the end of that phase. When resolving an attack made by a model in that unit, add 1 to to the hit roll. Okay, that's pretty decent. Not as special as Duty Eternal. I think that is still top tier so far. The next one is 2 command points, which is rapid fire. It says use this stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select 1 Deathwatch Intercessors unit from your armor. Until the end of that phase, bolt rifles that model... sorry, let me read that again. Until the end of that phase, bolt rifles that models in that unit are equipped with will have a type characteristic of rapid fire too. Sorry, the wording of that is very, very strange. My bad. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Bolt Storm, I love a bit of Bolt Storm. 2 command points this is. Use this stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select 1 Deathwatch Intercessors unit from your armor. Until the end of that phase, auto bolt rifles that models in that unit are equipped with gain the following ability. When resolving an attack made with this weapon against a target that is within half range, do not make a hit roll. It automatically scores a hit. Oh boy, there we go. That's pretty decent then. For those of you who don't know, the auto bolters is 3 shots. So if you have like, a nice big squad and you're within half range, it's just auto hitting. It's like flamers. That is very, very nice. I'd love that for my Imperial Fists, but that may be a bit too broken. The next one is 3 command points. This is target sighted. Use this stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select 1 Deathwatch Intercessor unit from your armor. Until the end of that phase, Stalker bolt rifles that model in their unit are equipped with gain the following ability. This weapon can target a character unit, even if it's not the closest enemy unit. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, a wound roll of 6+ inflicts 1 mortal wound. Holy moly, Emperor! On the target in addition to any other damage. That is great. Oh, bloody hell, I wish I had that for the Imperials. Target sighted, wow, that is really, really good. Target characters? Let's just read that again. This weapon can target a character unit, even if it's not the closest enemy. Yes, that is very, very good. 3 command points for that as well. That is absolutely beautiful. It goes on to say that is just a taster of the 14 stratagems that will give your Deathwatch an additional of tactical options. Many of them can be further enhanced by 6 new litanies of the Battle of the Deathwatch Chaplains. Will have access to your close range bolt rifles and stuff like that. So the first one is Catechism of Fire. I'm sure this is an Imperial Fist one, or is it something else? If this litany is inspiring, select 1 friendly Deathwatch unit within 6 inches of this model. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in that unit against the closest visible enemy unit to that model, add 1 to the wound roll. Oh boy, that is really, really good. So if you maybe combine Catches on Fire and with the stratagem of target sighted, maybe that could unleash a lot of Daka and a lot of killing onto your enemy. That could be very, very good. We've got Recitation of Focus. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry, I'm an idiot. If this litany is inspiring, select 1 friendly Deathwatch unit within 6 inches of this model. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in that unit, add 1 to the hit roll. Again, that is very, very good as well. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving what Deathwatch are getting this preview. I personally think if this is just a teaser and there's more good stuff like this, I think Deathwatch should be going to a kind of a top tier Space Marine force, because again, if you combine all this type of stuff with the special issue ammunition they get and everything like that, it really makes them go the extra step on the tabletop. There we go. That is it from the article itself. That is a little preview. All in all, I think it's great. I think it's good. Really looking forward to it. Some of the things I did notice though, I don't see any like on the pictures and stuff. Maybe this is just me, but I don't see like any incursors or, like suppressors or anything like that. I'm wondering if they're going to limit a certain amount of Primaris forces you can actually take in the Deathwatch. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, because the Deathwatch should have all encompasses of units of armor, everything like that. You should be able to take every unit that which you can take as a Space Marine in the Deathwatch, because the Deathwatch don't say no to any Space Marines. Everything, if you're a veteran, if you're a badass, if you're just sheer awesome, then the Deathwatch will take you, and I want that to be reflected in the tabletop as well. So hopefully we'll see people like suppressors, incursors, and Phobos armor, Phobos librarians and stuff like that. I just can't see it on any of the pictures. And again, these may be like old pictures they've took when those models were not out, so maybe that's what I'm thinking. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they will actually be in this, and they'll have the the whole range of arsenals when it comes to war gear and armor and everything like that. All right, Chaprunios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. As always, Deathwatch players, what do you think about this little preview? Do you think it's good? Normal Space Marine players, what do you think about this? Do you think that these guys are going to be top tier, or is it just me losing myself down the rabbit hole of Space Marines are always going to be awesome? Because that's what I normally tend to do. Let me know your thoughts, feedback, everything like that in the comment section, and we'll have a nice little talk about that as always down below. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching once again. See you now, and bye-bye.